Assalamu alaikum, dear students. I welcome you back in the second lecture of the poem Somebody's Mother, written by Mary D'O'Brien. In the previous lecture, we dealt with connect, reflect, and imagine section of the poem. Then we moved to the writer and the introduction of the poem. Now, regarding the text of the poem, we dealt with first 8 verses. Now let's continue with a quick reading of the poem. So it's going to be here. Down the street with laughter and shout, glad in the freedom of school let out, came the boys like a flock of sheep, hailing the snow piled white and deep. Past the women so old and grey, hastened the children on their way, nor offered a helping hand to her, so meek, so timid, afraid to stir, lest the carriage wheels or the horse's feet should crowd her down in the slippery street. At last came one of the merry troop, the gayest lady of all the group. He paused beside her and whispered low, I will help you cross if you wish to go. Now we'll stop here. Now, as you know that in the beginning of the poem, we came to know that it is about an older lady who was just having the symptoms of old age. Her body was too weak, her walking was too slow, and it was winter's day. It was very cold outside, and she waits to cross the road. She reaches at the point of crossing and she is waiting for someone who can help her. But unfortunately, she is uncared. Nobody takes care of her, and although there are a lot of people in the street, but she is not helped. Now, what happens next? Let's see. Now, what do we find next is that we find that down the street with laughter and shout, glad in the freedom of school let out. We find that there are some schoolboys, okay? And these schoolboys are very happy. Why? Because they are happy for school let out. School let out means the school has now been closed. Okay. Now they are in a very happy mood to go to home. Now what happens? These school going children, they are too happy, but came the boy like a flock of sheep. Now like is used here, so it is simile. As you may have read in the previous classes that simile is a literary device in which we compare two things. Okay, we make comparison by using the words such as like and as. Are you getting me? For example, he runs like a tiger. He runs like a tiger. It means that we compare a person here with a tiger by using like. Similarly, these schoolboys are compared to the flock of sheep. Why? Because they are wearing uniforms. They are like white sheep, and when we leave the sheep, they are too happy. Are you getting me? They make a lot of noise and they start hopping with pleasure, with joy. Likewise, these boys, like the sheep, they looked very happy and they made a lot of noise. Are you getting me? Now, these all students passed the woman so old and grey, hastened the children on their way. Now, these school going boys were too fast to go to home, and they crossed and they walked near the old woman, but they paid no heed towards her. Okay? And they did not help her. And we find that these young boys did not help a weak woman. Okay? A woman who was afraid to get uh, to came under the horse's feet. Are you getting me? She was afraid that maybe the crowd will push her down. She may be hit by these boys, or she may be hit by a vehicle. Are you getting me? Or by the wheels of horses. Although she was in need, but these boys did not pay any attention to her. What happened next is quite interesting. At last, we find that one of the schoolboys who was very happy. Are you getting me? He came and he stood near the old woman. And what did he do? He passed beside her and whispered low. He stopped there. He paused there. He stopped in front of the old woman. Why so? Because he told her that I will help you cross if you wish to go. That he is going to help the old woman if she wishes. Okay? If she is ready to cross the road, she can help her. So in this way we find that among the whole school group we come to know that there is only a single boy who offers his helping hand to old women. So, inshallah, in the next lecture, we will move towards the ending of the poem, and side by side, we will find out different themes or the main idea of the poem and different poetic devices other than simile. Okay, so till then, take care and fi amanillah.